Why are male birds dressed like they're going to a tropical-themed wedding, while the females look like they chose camouflage chic? Peacocks strut like forest celebrities, and cardinals glow like they've been edited, while the females show up in "please don't notice me" tones. The truth behind this wild fashion gap is surprisingly dramatic. Bird evolution is basically a feathery soap opera full of romance, rivalry, and some deeply chaotic wardrobe choices. Why males became walking rainbows? The real answer is surprisingly straightforward. Male birds are colorful because females are picky. Female birds didn't evolve bright feathers, but they did evolve high standards. Over millions of years, they repeatedly selected flashy, vibrant males because bright colors signal good health, great genes, and a bird brave enough to survive, despite looking like a glowing snack for predators. In other words, males evolved to be colorful because they needed to convince females that they were worth the trouble. Every red feather, every shimmering blue patch, every neon yellow explosion of plumage is basically nature's version of a profile picture saying, "Swipe right, I'm genetically premium," the OG explanation for bird fashion. Charles Darwin figured this out long before anyone had TikTok filters or Instagram thirst traps. He called it sexual selection, a process where traits evolve not for survival, but for impressing a potential partner. To Darwin, male birds didn't suddenly wake up looking fabulous. They became fabulous because females consistently rewarded the males who were bright, bold, and healthy looking. Strong, vibrant feathers meant a strong immune system, good nutrition, and the ability to stay alive while glowing like a feathered LED sign. Darwin basically said that males became colorful because females kept saying, "Yes, that one," every breeding season. And honestly, he was right. The fierce judges of the forest. Modern research confirms that female birds are incredibly sharp-eyed when choosing partners. Female zebra finches have been shown to choose the brightest orange-cheeked males with almost ruthless consistency. Female house finches consistently pick the reddest males, and female cardinals, despite looking modest and brown themselves, go weak for a glowing crimson male showing off in a tree. To them, bright feathers aren't just pretty, they're proof. Proof of good genes, proof of better nutrition, proof that the male wasn't eaten yet, even though he looks like a feathery Fruit Loop. If he survived all that, he's doing something right, and her future chicks will benefit. The colorful females. But before you think all females in the bird world follow this pattern, think again. Some species flip the entire script. In Phalaropes, for example, the females are the flamboyant ones while the males stay home, incubating eggs like dedicated stay-at-home bird dads. Eclectus parrots take it even further. Males are leafy green to blend into the treetops, while females are fiery red and purple like feathery royalty. Button quail, females are bold and patterned, while males take on the role of quiet caretakers. These exceptions prove that evolution isn't a strict rulebook. It's more like improv, where everyone is just trying their best to stay alive and look good doing it. When feathers become weapons in male-male competition. Another major reason males flash their brightest feathers isn't romance, it's rivalry. Male birds use their colors to intimidate other males, especially when defending territory or competing for mates. A brilliantly colored male is basically saying, "Look how bright I am, I can still survive. Do you really want to fight me?" When a red-winged blackbird flares his crimson shoulder patches, or a pheasant lifts his iridescent head feathers, or a peacock turns himself into a feathered solar panel, they're not just performing. They're issuing warnings. Colors become visual weapons, saving them from exhausting battles. A male with dull feathers sends a very different message. "Please don't hit me, I bruised easily." The feathered fitness tracker. If you've ever wondered why bird colors look so stunning in sunlight, It's because those feathers are honest signals of health. A male cardinal that shines bright red is essentially advertising his excellent diet, strong immune system, and overall ability to survive in a world full of predators, diseases, and bad weather. Birds get red, orange, and yellow coloration from carotenoids, pigments found in plants, berries, seeds, and insects. Since birds can't create these pigments on their own, males must be excellent foragers to become colorful. A dull male basically admits, "I ate poorly, I'm stressed, and I may or may not have lost a fight with a squirrel last week." Females can see right through it. Structural colors, blues, greens, and iridescence, aren't pigments at all. They're microscopic feather structures that reflect light like prisms. When a hummingbird flashes emerald green or ruby red depending on the angle, it's not magic, it's physics. These structural feathers require perfect development, which means only the healthiest males can grow them. So every iridescent feather is basically a glowing neon sign blinking. Healthy guy, zero parasites, excellent genetics. Females, the expert feather inspectors. Females don't just notice color. They evaluate it with the intensity of a jeweler inspecting a diamond. They look at symmetry, brightness, condition, and even how feathers perform in different lighting. A male with patchy, broken, or faded feathers is immediately flagged as a risky investment. Their instincts push them toward mates whose plumage displays vitality, nutrition, and genetic strength. So while males are out there trying to look like a fireworks show, females are using their powers of observation like seasoned art critics judging a gallery of feathery masterpieces. The secret pigment assassin in females. Here comes the twist nobody saw coming. Males aren't colorful because they gained extra pigmentation. Females are dull because they lost it. Scientists discovered a gene called BCO2, which acts like a tiny molecular assassin targeting bright pigments. In many bird species, females have an active BCO2 gene that destroys carotenoid pigments before they can make feathers colorful. Males, on the other hand, often have reduced or inactive BCO2 activity, allowing the pigments to stay and shine. It's not that males turn the color dial up, it's that females turn the dial down. The gene literally wipes out color molecules, leaving females with practical, camouflage-friendly plumage, while males continue glowing like Christmas ornaments. The gene that controls the glow. Studies on canaries revealed exactly how this works. Yellow canaries have low BCO2 activity in their feathers, allowing them to stay bright, while white canaries have high BCO2 activity, which wipes the pigments clean. Red factor canaries fall somewhere in the middle, showing how genetics can fine-tune color in fascinating ways. Wild species like the European siren and various finches also show differences in color due to BCO2 mutations. In some species, a simple genetic switch can turn a dull bird into a glowing one, or vice versa. This gene may be tiny, but its impact on bird beauty is massive. Camouflage wins the day. For years, people assumed males evolved to be bright, while females simply stayed boring. But new research on New World blackbirds flipped that assumption. Early ancestors of many species actually had colorful females too. But over time, natural selection favored duller females because they needed camouflage while nesting. A bright female sitting on a nest is basically offering predators a free all-you-can-eat buffet. Females who stayed hidden survived longer, raised more chicks, and passed on more genes. So while males evolved, look at me. Colors, females evolved, please don't notice me camouflage. It's the ultimate example of beauty versus practicality, and both strategies were shaped by the pressures each gender faced. The fabulous and dangerous truth about male bird colors. Male birds didn't become colorful by accident. They became colorful because evolution turned them into competitors, performers, and survivors in a world where beauty truly matters. Their brilliant feathers advertise health, strength, and genetic quality, helping them win mates and territories even while increasing their risk of attracting predators. Females, meanwhile, have evolved camouflage and practicality, along with a powerful gene that wipes out unnecessary color. The result is one of nature's most fascinating contrasts: males as glowing symbols of sexual selection, and females as masters of survival strategy. Bird coloration isn't just beauty, it's biology, strategy, and thousands of years of evolutionary drama wrapped in feathers. Thanks for diving into the colorful chaos of bird evolution. If you enjoyed learning why male birds dress like runway models while the females keep it simple, make sure to hit that like and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one. Stay curious, stay colorful.